Welcome. This is 95.1 KNVC, Carson City, Minden, Gardnerville, your community radio station. And it's time right now for Carson Rural Communities Update. And this is your host, CJ Giltner. How is everyone doing? I hope everyone's having a fantastic day and enjoying the nice weather. I think spring might hit again. So that'll be nice to see soon. Yep. So I wanted to tell you about a friend of mine who is also a volunteer, just like I am here at knvc.org. And her name is Troy Ballard. And she is the founder of MTB Services Etc LLC. It's a bookkeeping and consulting firm. And Troy is going to talk to us about a new feature that can help individuals, businesses, nonprofits, and even the community. And we're going to talk about Chat GPT. Have you ever heard of that? What is it, Troy? Tell me.
Well, Chat GPT is one of the so-called AIs. It's a large language model that is one of the most prominent ones today out in the AI world. And it's one that I've been using for 4 years, basically on a daily basis in my business and in my personal life.
And so how long have you been using it?
When it first became available to use, I used it for 2 weeks. And then I said, I am going to buy a subscription. And I've been using it, so I think it's about 4 years now.
Wow. And just recently, I was playing around with it on the computer. Not that I can see much, but I was playing around with it. And a friend of mine told me, you just tell it whatever you want. You just talk to it. And it helps streamline a lot of things that even nonprofit groups could use to make their nonprofit business work better. Don't you think so?
I absolutely agree. Since I started volunteering with KNVC, that I have been using it a lot to help organize and structure the station so that we can grow.
Wow. So what have you used in the past couple of days or so?
Well, CJ, I actually said, what could I tell the rural communities about ChatGPT and how it can help them? And so I said, Chat, what do you think? And gave it some ideas of where we live. And so it has some ideas of how a rural community could use it.
Wow. So I tried to use it with doing a picture of a notary business for fun. And it had a cute little caricature in there and all kinds of information. I had no idea what I was doing. Can you give us any examples of how you could tell it to do something where it takes less time to draw something and do any, CGIs or JPEGs and things like that?
One of the features with Chat is there's a microphone, so you could actually talk into it and it will turn your words into text. Then you have a chance to review and edit them, and that becomes your question. It's your question starter. Think of working with Chat as a conversation. Even when it's going to create an image, you're still having a conversation with it, because you might say, well, give me a picture of a dog. Well, that's a pretty broad topic.
Right.
But if you say, give me a picture of a dog that's sitting on a beach ball and has goggles on its head, you've now given it a very specific set of instructions. This can be done with images. It can be done with email formation. It can be done with structuring lists. It can be done with creating flyer content for your nonprofits.
Okay. And so you already just mentioned community flyer content. What other things, how can they use it on a daily basis to make their nonprofit or their small business or community events to run really smooth?
Well, as you know, CJ, in a volunteer organization, most volunteers wear more than one hat.
Yes.
And if we are a successful volunteer, we might even belong to more than one group. So we have a lot of hats. One of the things I use Chat for is to compartmentalize projects.
Okay.
So each of my clients has a project, and in that I can give it instructions to tell it what that client does. So let's say with KNVC, my project is telling it it's a local radio station, it's a community radio station, all of the details. And then when I have a conversation with Chat, within that project, it's very focused. And so it's going to give me information. So it gives you a bigger tool. It gives you tools that bigger organizations can use. And I really want to point this out. We have a lot of things that we do. And sometimes there's a lot of friction in trying to get our idea to fruition. One of the things about chat is it really, really smooths out that mental friction.
Okay, so not only flyers, but Word documents, maybe
Word documents, Excel spreadsheets,
really?
PDFs,
PowerPoint.
It won't do PowerPoint, but when I do presentations, I do use it to build my slides.
Okay.
All it's going to give me really is information. And it can generate an image if we be real specific to the slide. So yes, I do use it for that, but I still have to go to PowerPoint and create the slides there, yeah.
So then you can pretty much show your clients how to make it run smoother for them, faster. And
no, we can't make chat run faster than it already does.
Because you have to talk to it.
Let me give you an example.
Okay.
Here at the station, we needed an equipment list. We needed to have an inventory. And so the general manager here, Steve, he wrote a list, hand wrote. Then he took pictures of those and sent them to me.
Okay.
I took those pictures and I uploaded them into a chat conversation. And I said, please turn this into a list. And it turned it into a list.
That is cool.
And so that can be done too. So you could be taking a picture on your phone and upload the picture into chat on your phone and have it do whatever you want it to do on your phone.
Wow. Hey, so if you're just coming on from your lunchtime, this is CJ over at knvc.org, 95.1 FM. And today we're chatting with Troy Ballard, who is the founder of MTB Services Etc LLC, which is a bookkeeping and consulting firm. And she is giving us a little info about Chat GPT. And so some of the stuff, like I said, I tried to do one with like a notary services type of thing, because that's what all the folks were showing me on my Facebook page. And I thought it was pretty easy to do, but you know what? I didn't know all the words that I needed to tell it. And tell us again, it's a language, a large language?
It's a large language model. And what that means is that all the words have been loaded into its database. All of the words, all of your words, all of my words, everybody's words are in there. And also it has been designed to pattern recognize. What that means is that it actually operates like the human brain in recognizing patterns in language.
Okay.
And so it becomes familiar. As you work with it on an ongoing basis, it starts to capture your tone and how you like to say things and how you like to present them. And it really is beneficial in polishing things sometimes. I've handwritten a lot of things, typed them in, and then given it to chat and say, just kind of round off the little edges. That's also really nice too.
So I used my example of a notary service business. And then I also did another one as a wedding officiant. I'm retired, by the way, but as a wedding officiant. So after I did the first one, the second one, I started giving more detail as to the outfit that I was wearing, the outfit that I was wearing, and the things that I were trying to put together for a wedding officiant. And it turned out really cute. It used one of my pictures. It just grabbed a picture off of my picture file, and it turned out really cute. But, I'm still learning.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like AI is, right?
It's like anything else. It's you use it consistently, a little bit at a time, and what you find is that that's the friction I'm talking about. We have that mental, but once we start using it, we notice, oh, this is a lot easier. I don't have to think as hard. If I want to research a topic, I can ask chat, please research this topic. And it's going to do it in, 10, 15 seconds.
I really like that idea. I used another example is, I've been rewriting some instructions on how to make custom clay tiles. And it's a lot of instructions to learn how to do the whole process. I think it picked up on some of the tasks that I have to do in order to complete this project, because the last bit that I saw was saying, yeah, the last thing you have to do is fire this as cone 5. And it's like, oh, wow, I never even told it that. And it did it. So that's kind of cool.
It is very cool. So
how do you help people on a day-to-day basis with that if they've never been exposed to Chat GPT?
Well, I don't do that on a day-to-day basis, CJ. But I do put together workshops that people could come and just to understand how it works. I know that there's a lot of fear and anxiety around this idea of AI and any technology that's humans have ever created, has the possibility to not be helpful. And this is also that too. But there are a lot of people like me out there who really see this as a tool that is actually going to help humanity in the long run, not be detrimental. And it's not ever going to be sentient. It's not going to be aware. It's not going to have feelings, and it's not going to take over.
Isn't that nice? It's not going to have feelings. No expressions.
No, it doesn't.
I like that.
It doesn't experience. So how can it have those things? It's not sentient. So.
That is kind of cool. So you said you've been working on it for about 4 years now?
With it. I consider it with it. Yeah, it's a tool that I use. Yeah.
That is too cool. I would like to learn more. Are you going to have any kind of workshop coming up anytime soon?
Actually, I'm getting together in May.
I'm
getting together in May. I have something scheduled in May here in Carson.
Okay.
And it takes about 2 hours. And we just go through and just look at it from a practical perspective and how we can use it in our daily lives to help smooth our mental thinking, to help smooth our thinking.
That is awesome. I would really like to come to that class because I would like to see ways to make it streamline better than just what I was tinkering around with.
Absolutely. I would love to have you there.
Now, is there a phone number that folks can call you if you had questions? No phone number?
No phone number.
Oh, you just come on over to the KNVC office?
No, yeah, there you go. No, you can actually access my website, which is MTB Services Etc.com.
Oh, that's perfect. That is awesome. That is cool. Thank you.
There will be a place there that will actually, you can interact with.
Okay. So we're going to move a little bit to some PSAs that we have. I don't know if you're familiar with the fact that we had a little problem with our website, and the website at knvc.org is being rebuilt right now by a web designer. And I'm sorry to say that, but it says, luckily we already had seen the need for a new website, and that's how we have a new website designer, and had started developing the new site. It was a pretty tough crash. The crash has accelerated the efforts in replacing the site, and due to this, there are some links that are still not working yet, but they're coming, because I've seen on the page a couple of times some new information coming on, and we're doing our best to repair the site as quickly as possible. So please bear with us, and please point your browser to knvc.org, and then it says /contact to see our shows. We do welcome any comments that you have, and please print your browser to contact, and thank you. That's it. That's regarding the website. Now, I have something else that I needed to tell you about. If you are in the Dayton area or you haven't passed through Highway 50 lately, let me tell you, there's a new street light being active right now. It is now functional, and it's at the corner of Highway 50 and Traditions Parkway, where the new subdivision is going in. And so please exercise some caution with that. And with that said, there is a boil water notice going on right now. So it was posted by Story County, so I'm going to read this for you. It says, a boil water notice has been issued for all residents of Silver City until further notice. During this time, residents should boil all water used for drinking, cooking, brushing teeth, and food preparation. Bringing the water to a boil a point should be at least 1 minute, and it's recommended that 1 minute for use. And it says, while Silver City is in Lyon County, Story County services the water. The boil water notice will remain in effect while water quality testing is conducted to ensure the safety of the system. Story County will notify residents as soon as testing is complete and the notice can be lifted. Updates will be shared through the official Story County and Lyon County social media channels. And if you had any additional questions, you can call the Story County Public Works at 775-847-0958. So please boil the water at least 1 minute. And Troy, did you know, have you gone out to the Silver Springs area yet?
Silver Springs, yeah, I've been through there a couple times.
Well, right at Highway 50 and USA Parkway, the 7-Eleven is now open. They had their soft opening, and they're going to have a grand opening on May 8th. And that's just right around the corner. I don't have the exact times or anything like that. But yeah, so a lot of things are happening out here. Yep. We have the Traditions subdivision. Then we have, unfortunately, the boil water. And then we also have 7-Eleven that is now officially open. One more caveat to that. They are still working on getting the gasoline in the pumps. I think they had a problem with that, but give it a couple more days for that. And so let's see what else. What else do you have over there, Derry?
Well, it looks like the Firehouse Saloon in Virginia City is going to have a beautification day to celebrate their town on Wednesday, April 22nd from 4 in the afternoon till 7:30 in the evening. They ask that you sign up at storycountychamberofcommerce.com. Bring your tools, wear your pride, and let's beautify Story County and Virginia City together.
Oh, that sounds like fun. That really does. And so with that being said, I also wanted to tell you that next week, Mr. Steven Saylor is going to come over and chat with us and give us an update about Bonanza Days. And that's coming up. Is it in May?
It's May 8th and 9th. And
yes.
I've already got my room reserved because I'm going to go play in Bonanza Days.
And I ordered some medallions, so I can't wait to get mine too. I'm looking forward to that because I like to collect them like doubloons for Mardi Gras. So I'm looking forward to that a lot. So he'll be here to chat with us next week to talk about all the things that are happening for the Bonanza Days festivities. So that's really cool. Do you have any other events that you have coming up? No?
Oh, okay. Forgot what day it was, actually.
Oh, that's okay.
So the Lyon County Sheriff's Search and Rescue is having a bingo night. And it is going to be in Yarrington, actually, on April 18th, which is in just a couple days. It starts at 5 p.m., but the doors do open at 4 p.m. And it's going to be at the Mason Valley Boys and Girls Club, which is on 124 North Main Street in Yarrington. It is the Project Life Vest. That's what it's for, and it's to save a child's life. All money raised is going to go to Children's Life Vests, which will be handed out free. That's awesome.
That is really cool. Now I'm going to kind of switch the microphone over just a little bit so I can get closer to my reading. It says Spring 2026, Keeping the Music Alive, Funder Contest Rules. Right now, your contributions to KMVC's Spring 2026 Keeping the Music Alive 5-day fundraiser are doubled courtesy of a 2-for-1 matching grant from the Hop and May Adams Foundation as we reach our goal of $5,000. Every contribution made via the donate button on the website, yes, it's there, on a homepage at knvc.org, also constitutes an official entry eligible to win one of 3 original signed and framed pieces of art by noted graphics designer Ancy McLean. Oh, I like him. Also of the band Trailer Park Troubadours. You remember them? They are so cool. They awesome music. Oh my gosh, I love them. Okay, enter as often as you'd like. Prizes will be awarded in a random drawing of all entries at the end of the fundraiser at midnight on Saturday, April the 18th. Winners will be notified by email. To enter free without making a contribution, send an email to musicdirector@knvc.org with the word ANTSY, and that is ANTSY, in the subject line. And so we just want to say thank you so much for your support too. And you know, there's so many things that we have going on, so many different events that we have going on at KNVC. And let's see, what else do we have in the community area?
Well, there's only one night left for this, the Story County Community Town Hall. And this one is going to be at Piper's Opera House in Virginia City. And they're inviting you to come in and share your input about the parks and how we're going to clean them up and identify the desired amenities and improve the parks in Story County. So that's at 6 to 8 p.m. this evening.
Okay.
At the Virginia City Piper's Opera House.
That's cool. All right. Well, you know, I want you to give me your website one more time. So in case people wanted to contact you regarding Chat GPT.
MTB Services Etc.com.
And etc. is ETC, correct?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for coming to chat with us. And I think there's going to be a lot of questions when you have your class that you're going to do, your seminar. I have a bunch of questions already too, because I've only fiddled around with it and, you know, tinkered around. And I know there's a gazillion other things that can be done with it.
Well, can I offer a closing thought then,
Yes,
CJ?
please.
This Chat GPT and one or two others, they don't take the thinking away. All they do is reduce the friction so that you can start.
Oh, I could use that. Decrease the anxiety. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
absolutely.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, we're almost time to close. I want to say one more time, thank you so much. And I hope you have a wonderful day.
Thank you, CJ.
All right. Bye now.